Hi, this is MaryEllen with Portraits of Me, and today is the first day of the new year. So Happy New Year 2019 to all you viewers. I hope you had a very fun and safe New Year's. I spent my New Year's by myself because my husband was working and my brother-in-law went to bed early because we've all been sick. And so I've been drinking tons of tea, trying to feel better. And that's how I spent my wonderful 2019 New Year. But I did do something a little different as well. I looked through my nice bookshelves behind me and decided to do an unhaul. So this is my first unhaul for the year 2019. So you do have to excuse my appearance today as I'm doing this video. I do really want to record it and get a video up for the new year, but I have been under the weather, so I wasn't in the mood to deck myself out. So I do apologize for that. However, I do want to share my first unhaul for the year. And since this is my first unhaul on my channel, I have never done an unhaul on Portraits of Me. I've decided to make this one a little different. It's going to be an unhaul, but it's also going to be, are you ready for it? A giveaway. I know how much you guys love giveaways, and so what I'm going to do is a special giveaway with these books I'm unhauling. Now, the majority of these books are going to be listed on Paperback Swap because I am a Paperback Swap member. And if I list these books and someone decides to request it and I ship it to them, I get a book credit. So therefore, I can get a book that I want off of Paperback Swap. However, I do want to thank you for being such loyal viewers of my channel. So what I also want to do is give you the opportunity to enter this giveaway, and I'll have more details at the end of this video. But for now, let's get into these books that I decided to unhaul. So I do apologize if my throat's a little, or my voice is a little off, or if I'm a little bit quieter than normal. It's because my throat's been bothering me, so I'm trying to keep my voice down and drink soothing warm teas. Okay, so the first book I decided to unhaul for 2019 and make room on my shelves for new books that I really do want is this book right here. It is called The Shock of the Fall. Oh, look, this is a signed copy. I hate giving away signed copies, but oh well. I didn't really enjoy this book as much as I thought I would, and so I decided to put this one on my unhaul list for this year. I'm not sure if I want to tell you what they're about because I don't remember some of these books, what they were about. But what I'll do is I'll read the first little synopsis on the back, so if you're interested in it, you can check it out yourself. So this one, it says, while on vacation with their parents, Matthew Holmes and his older brother sneak out in the middle of the night. Only Matthew comes home. 10 years later, Matthew tells us he has found a way to bring his brother back. So that's this book right here I'm unhauling. The other book I'm unhauling is this one right here. This one's called The Fasting Girl, A True Victorian Medical Mystery. And this one says, in 1864, young Molly Francher began suffering unexplained symptoms, including blindness, paralysis, and trances. 13 years later, she became an international sensation, fought over by scientists and philosophers, called a psychological marvel and a fraud, a miracle and a hysteric. So it's her story of how she survived so long with eating such a small amount of food. So this is another one I am unhauling. Another book is 100 Cupboards. It's the first book in a series by N.D. Wilson, and I did really enjoy the story, but the reason I'm doing an unhaul on this book is because I got a hard-covered copy, which I prefer over paperback, and so I'm getting rid of the paperback book. This one says, lying in bed at night, 12-year-old Henry York can't ignore the thumping and scratching he hears on the other side of his bedroom wall. He scrapes off the plaster and discovers doors, 99 cupboards, all of different sizes and shapes. That's this book right here. Another one I am unhauling is one that I really enjoyed and you just saw in a previous book haul, and that's this one right here. It is from the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler, and the reason I'm unhauling this one because it's the paperback and I now have the hard copy, so I'm getting rid of this one. And this one says, Claudia knew that she could never pull off the old-fashioned kind of running away, so she decided to run not from somewhere, but to somewhere. Somewhere large, warm, comfortable, and beautiful. And that was how Claudia and her brother Jamie ended up living in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. This book I just finished reading in 2018, and I thought I would love it, but I really didn't care for it. I did enjoy it, but not enough to keep on my bookshelves. And that book is The Replacement. And this one says, Mackie is not one of us. Though he lives in the small town of Gentry, he comes from a world of tunnels and black murky water, a world of living dead girls ruled by a little tattooed princess. So that's this book right here. Again, it was a good story, just not enough to keep on my shelves because I'd prefer to put other books in its place. Now this book I'm getting rid of, I don't remember too much of the story, but I know I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, and that is My Brother's Shadow. So this one says, when I saw him that first time I screamed, a small and silent scream, all inside in my gut. So that's what this one is here. I think the brother passed away, and it's how the sister is dealing with his death. Now this one that I am unhauling is an oldie. I've tried to read this a couple of times, can never get into it, but then I'm not much of a contemporary reader, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why I had trouble with this novel. And this is the novel Nora Nora. This one says, Peyton is not ready to share her widowed father with anyone, let alone a barely remembered cousin who just rolled into town, a cousin who smokes cigarettes and drives a pink Thunderbird. However, her father seems to like Nora well enough, and she does make for good conversation at the Losers Club, and prim Aunt Augusta hates her, which raises Nora slightly in Peyton's esteem. So, never got to finish this one. I did begin it, didn't grab me, so I'm unhauling it. The next one is an historical fiction book that I thought I would really enjoy, but although it was interesting, it was really hard for me to get into the story and read through the book. I did finish the book, and I did like the overall concept of the story, but I don't think I'll ever read this one again, and that is The Secret Rooms. This one says, when the 9th Duke of Rutland died alone in the cramped family archives on April 21st, 1940, his son and heir, Charles, ordered the room sealed. 60 years later, Catherine Bailey became one of the first historians allowed inside. What she discovered when she began reading through the Duke's letters was a mystery involving one of the most powerful families in British society in the turbulent days leading up to World War I. So see, it sounds really good, and it is very good, but it was hard for me just to get into that story and read through it. So I'm unhauling this book. And the next book that I'm going to be unhauling is this one right here. It's called Lilydale, and this one is the true story of the town that talks to the dead. And this one, it says, in Lilydale, New York, the dead don't die. Instead, they flit among the elms and stroll along the streets. So it's about that town and their city and why it's a town that talks to the dead. It was interesting, but just not my cup of tea, so I'm unhauling it. Another book I am unhauling is this one right here. It is called These Dreams. And I don't even remember if I read this, but it was on my read shelves, so I'm pretty sure I did. But if I didn't remember it and it doesn't sound grabbing or interesting enough to read again, I decided to unhaul it. This one says, Cricket always dreamt, and often about what she wanted to dream. Sometimes her dreams were bits and pieces of images that never quite held together in a narrative. Other times they were startling in their clarity. Some she believed were a sort of spirit visit from dead people, or even living people who were thinking about you. And on some nights they were just sensations, frightening or pleasurable. So that doesn't really tell you much, but that's this book I'm unhauling. Okay, I still have quite a few books I am unhauling. I don't remember how many I pulled off my shelves. I think maybe 16 or 17. So let's keep going. The next book is Lost in America, A Journey with My Father. This is a memoir that I don't remember if I enjoyed or not, but it sounded interesting and didn't get to it. Not interested. And this one says, so Sherwin Newland introduces Meyer Nudelman, his father, a man whose presence continues to haunt Newland to this day. Meyer Nodelman came to America from Russia at the turn of the 20th century when he was 19. So he was pursuing his dream as an immigrant, and I guess that's his story in this book. Another book I am unhauling is an actual true story, and that one is this one right here called Unlikely Angel, the untold story of the Atlanta hostage hero. I read this one, it was really good, but I don't think I'm ever going to be reading this one again, and so I decided to place it in my unhaul pile. This one, it says, in March 2005, Ashley Smith made headlines around the globe when she miraculously talked her way out of the hands of alleged courthouse killer Brian Nichols after he took her hostage for 7 hours in her suburban Atlanta apartment. Again, that one was very good. I'm just unhauling it. Okay, so another book I am unhauling is this one right here. It is called The Lighthouse. And this one is like a detective mystery style book, and I'm just not too much into detective mysteries at this time. I don't think I've even ever read this one. But this says, Combe Island off the Cornish coast has a bloodstained history, but now, privately owned, it offers respite to overstressed, distinguished visitors. Oh, I think I did read this. That does sound familiar, like I did read it. But the peace of the combe is violated when one of the visitors is bizarrely murdered. So it's the mystery about that murder on this island. This one, I'm a little sad I am giving this away or doing an unhaul on this one because I got this one recently in 2018 and I thought I would love this series. It's a children's book. It's called Wandmaker and it looked so interesting and sounded so interesting, but the writing to me was pretty dry and I just didn't connect with any of the characters, so I'm unhauling it. Henry Leach the 8th doesn't know it yet, but he's descended from a long line of wand makers. That means he has inherited mysterious powers, a trunk full of strange artifacts, and a whole lot of problems. So that's this book here I'm unhauling. Okay, I'm down to my last two, and both of them are biographies, and the first one is this one right here. It's called My Journey to Forgiveness Comes the Peace. And I read this one years ago, enjoyed it, but I'm not going to read it again, and so therefore I'm unhauling it. This one says, disillusioned about her own unhappy childhood, my mother was determined that I would not grow up as she or anyone in her family had, seduced by wealth and fame, drugs, and booze. So it's that story, memoir style. Okay, so the last book I am unhauling for 2019 is called Homesick, and it's this book right here. This one sounded very interesting when I purchased it because I think she's an actress, right? I like this actress. Or is she a singer? I don't know. And so therefore, I never read it, so I'm not even sure. Maybe she's a model? So pretty pictures. Anyway, whoever she is, I decided not to read her memoir, and I'm not interested in reading it, and so I'm going to unhaul it for someone who might be interested. So it says, at a time when much of America is yearning to recapture the spirit and feeling of a more innocent era, comes this exceptional new book from one of our most beloved actresses. A story of one woman's journey to reconnect with the landscape of her childhood. So I'm going to unhaul this one as well. Okay, so here's my pile of the books I am unhauling. So let me go ahead and share what the giveaway is and how you can enter it. This giveaway is only going to be for the United States and Canada. I apologize, it's not international, but that's because I'm going to be shipping some of these books, and I know that cost can get really high when you start shipping overseas. So again, this is open for the United States and Canada. And what the giveaway is you are going to be entered to win any two of these books. So all you have to do to enter this contest is be a subscriber to Portraits of Me. Give this video a big thumbs up and then comment below which two books you are interested in. And if your name is pulled, you will get those two books shipped to you. So this contest is going to open up as soon as this video goes up, and it's going to run until... Okay, I'm interrupting my own video because as I was editing this video, I realized that deadline is not going to work for me after all, because that's one of the busiest times of the year for me at work. So The new deadline for the giveaway is going to be January the 25th. So if you are interested in entering, make sure you do so by that date, and then I will announce the winner on January 26th. So disregard what the previous me said. The new deadline is January the 25th. So good luck to all who enter. Now let's get back to the video I previously recorded. Again, I'm really excited to do this giveaway because I know how much you guys love free books, because I love free books. And every time I see an unhaul, I wish they would do a giveaway where I could win some of those books, because some of the books they unhaul I'm very interested in. So if you're interested in any of these, if any of these sounded interesting to you, enter this giveaway. Again, it's open from now all the way to January. All you have to do is make a comment below on which 2 books you would like to receive if you win, be a subscriber to my channel, and like this video. That's it. Easy peasy. So good luck to all those who enter. Thank you so much for watching this video, my first video for 2019. I hope your new year is going great. And as always, have a great morning, day, evening, or night, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!